If you're somebody that gets this mid-afternoon slump, you get tired in the middle of the afternoon and it's a time when you really need to be alert to be working, for example, then this is definitely the video for you, because what you eat for lunch can have a big impact on how tired you feel later on, and this effect doesn't have to happen. And did you ever think that a salad could correct this? Bear with me on this one. So for a long time, I was eating a big baguette with tuna and I had different things in it, but it would always be a big baguette, so a huge amount of carbs for lunch. And I would find that when I went to work in the middle of the afternoon, I'll suddenly get a bit of a crash or a bit of a slump, and it'll be so much harder for me to do the last couple of hours of the afternoon when I was working. And it wasn't until I came across somebody that's referred to as the glucose goddess on the Diary of a CEO podcast, where she explained that what you eat for lunch can have a big impact on your energy levels. And one thing that you can do is by having vegetables and protein and fat first, but also having more of them compared to carbs and sugars, and the impact that sugar and carbs can have on your energy levels later on. So this is why I started eating salads. Now I know what you're thinking, that salads, they just don't taste very nice, they're boring, and they take a long time to make, they can sometimes be expensive. But what really surprised me is just how delicious you can make a salad, and how easy it is, how quick it is, and how cheap it is. So through this salad, I've managed to avoid this mid-afternoon slump. I created something that's super tasty that I thoroughly look forward to, something that actually fills me up. I can make it in under 12 minutes for less than £2, and it's all the common ingredients that you get from the supermarket. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So let's get started. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Steven, and in this video we're doing a slightly different video where I'm going to take you through how I make my salad, because it's something that is super delicious, and I just want to show you how easy it is to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've just got some water boiling here, and we're just going to crack an egg. So first thing I'm going to do is just start the poached eggs. And poached egg is really great. I mean, it's better in a way that you're not heating up the oil, but also it just tastes amazing. So, by the way, I'm no chef, so don't take any tips on how to make something amazing, but this is just super easy. I'm no amazing chef, but this isn't hard to make at all. This is as much cooking actually you'll do. The rest of it is just putting stuff together. So just slowly putting in this poached egg here. And these eggs I get from the farm shop, and they are £2 for 6, which is much cheaper than getting organic eggs from the supermarket. It's going to be a bit more expensive than maybe some cheap eggs, but it's so worth getting good quality eggs, because they're basically not batch produced, so they're not putting the hormones in there, antibiotics and all the rest of it that they do, but it's from a local farm, so much more healthy, and they just taste much better as well. So I would certainly highly recommend getting your eggs from the farmer's market. Good, so I'm just going to let that boil for about 10 minutes, and that's all I need to do in regards to the egg. That is the advantage as well of poaching compared to frying, is that actually very little maintenance. You just need to keep an eye on it, have it at the right temperature. So next thing I'm going to do is get the salad leaves. Now I'd get a collection of salad leaves. This costs like £1 from the supermarket, and I would use maybe a fifth or a sixth. So the amount of leaves you use is probably going to be less than 20p. The eggs are, I said, £2 for 6, so it's about 33p an egg, so 66p for 2 eggs. And then you're looking at less than 20p here. So we're not even got to £1 yet. So I'm going to chuck some leaves in here, and then I also like to add in some rockets to get a variety of leaves. And then I'm going to cut up some cucumber. So very simple. And you can do your cucumber in any way that you like. You can really mix this up, to be honest. That's the great thing about salad, there's so much variety in this. And yeah, so cucumber, I mean, I think everyone knows how much that costs, but definitely less than £1 for one of those. You use like a fifth or a sixth of it, maybe even less than that. So again, you're looking at way less than 20p, probably about 10p on that one. So we're still less than £1. Then I like to take some raw mushrooms, which I find that some people find that a bit weird, because I guess traditionally you would cook mushrooms, but I just find raw mushrooms in a salad is actually really, really nice. So that is my base of a salad, actually, is the leaves, the cucumber, and the mushrooms. And I'll just take one more there. And again, mushrooms, you're looking at, again, £1. You might use a fifth of the pack. So again, 20p. So we'll probably just up around £1 or so. And then from this point, I'm going to dress it, because the stuff I'm going to put on afterwards, you don't really need the dressing. I don't think you want the dressing on as much. And my dressing is simply what I've got here. Very simple, just some olive oil. And again, so with olive oil, you want extra virgin olive oil. You want it as raw and natural as possible. You don't want the processed one. So my roll here, and as you can see, with everything I'm making here, is all very natural. It hasn't been processed. And that is so much more healthy than anything that is processed or ultra processed. So just going to sprinkle a little bit of oil on there, nice healthy fats, and just makes it taste amazing. And then a little bit of balsamic vinegar. And balsamic vinegar, yeah, it just tastes really nice, but also it contains acetone, which helps to slow down, I'm just going to turn this down, it helps to slow down the sugar that enters your blood. So it actually lowers your glucose spikes by quite a considerable amount, actually. So actually makes it more healthy and gives you a slower release of energy throughout the day, which then is going to be better at controlling your energy levels. So, and you don't want too much on this one. Just put a little bit across there. And then very simply, just some pepper for taste, and then salt. And when it comes to salt, make sure you get good quality salt. Don't get the one, again, that's been processed or bleached, or you want it as natural as possible. So sea salt, Himalayan salt, whatever it may be. Main thing is just natural. So all these stuff, not very expensive. You buy in a big batch, you use such a small amount. Next thing I'm gonna do is take my avocado, and I tend to just have half of it. So an avocado, usually you can get for like 80p in the UK, that is. And so I tend to have half of it, which will cost then about 40p. So we're probably up around £1.50-ish so far on this salad. Now the avocado, it helps with satiety. It helps to actually make you feel full, because salad can quite easily, if you don't have enough fat and protein in it, can very easily make you not fill you up properly. So I'm just gonna chop that up. And then sprinkle it on top. Yeah, avocado just tastes great. It has quite a nice texture, and it gives some contrast to the salad rather than just eating leaves. So again, if the salad's done right, it tastes really amazing, and it's healthy. And I really truly believe you can get health and great taste at the same time. Then the next thing I'm going to get is some feta cheese. I tend to have a variety of cheese, so sometimes I might fry some halloumi, which tastes amazing. Sometimes I may have mozzarella, sometimes feta. So obviously this is not as natural, but I would say this is, I believe this would be in the processed category. Processed is basically anything that you can make at home in your kitchen, essentially, which you can make cheese at home. It's not the most processed thing. It maybe isn't the most healthy thing, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. And it really just adds to the taste. It helps with the protein and the fat and the satiety. So if you only had the leaves and cucumber and mushrooms, then it's not really going to fill you up, and it's also not going to taste as good. So today I'm adding in some feta, and I'm literally just going to chop that up. And then basically it kind of crumbles, so you can just sprinkle it in, really. But again, you don't have to use feta. If you don't like feta, you can use anything. You could even chop up cheddar cheese. I like to have a variety actually, so I will mix this up. And then I'm going to add in some sauerkraut. Now sauerkraut is actually not very expensive. This is only between £2 and £3, and it's a big tub, and it lasts a good month or so. I mean, I have this almost every day, and you just have it a little bit. And if you haven't seen my video on this, then you can check that out here. But this is fermented cabbage, and it's quite popular in other countries like Germany. But it is a bit of an acquired taste. It's a sour taste, hence sauerkraut. But it adds to the flavour, and it's super healthy because it's fermented, which is really good for your gut, and also has an incredibly high amount of vitamin C in it. So I just tend to sprinkle that on the top like so. And I tend to have more than I used to. I didn't used to have as much as this because it is a bit of an acquired taste, but it's one of those things that just grows on you, and the more that you have it, the more tasty it becomes. But it's super healthy. Such a good thing to have in a salad. Then I'm going to put my toast on. So I just have one slice of toast with butter. A tip here, always make sure you get pure and raw butter as possible, and ideally from grass-fed cows. So it's just much more healthy that way. Again, it's being as natural as possible. Yeah, so that's basically what you want in regards to the butter. Now the bread is the only really piece of carb that I have in this. It's only one slice, but it just really helps add to the taste. So there's always a balance here, and it's not to say carbs is bad anyway, but you just want, ideally, I think that you want carbs less than the rest of the foods that you're having. So it's much better to have more veg and fat and protein. A little bit of carbs is fine, but you still want it too high. If you have too much carbs in your lunch, that's when you're going to get that energy dip. So I'm going to put the toast on a separate plate, and then just going to put a little bit of butter on it. And I'm going to cut it in half. It's super simple, poached egg on a toast with a bit of butter, but it tastes really great. And with the salad, it tastes even better. Sometimes the simple foods is really great, and you don't have to make it really complicated. And I think sometimes, particularly when we're cooking, the thought of it something being really complicated stops us from doing anything at all. But you don't have to spend a long time to make something taste great and be healthy. So I think the eggs are ready. So I'm going to grab a spoon, and I'm just going to put it on top of one of the pieces of toast. And there we have it. We have a salad with poached egg and toast, and I can promise you after having that, you're going to feel full, and you're going to feel good, and you're going to have energy for the rest of your day. So I hope that's been inspiring. There are lots of variations of salads that you can make, and you can put all sorts of stuff with it. Sometimes I put a chicken mix that I make at the beginning of the week, and I put that on top. I tend to finish it with a cup of tea, and then I'm good to go for the rest of the day. So if you have any recipes of your own, any other ideas of your own, then put that underneath. But that was under 12 minutes, and it costs less than £2. So it doesn't take very much time in your day, and it just tastes great. So have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you on my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this type of content. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.